Let me tell you what, content creation is not for the weak-hearted, especially if you're a small business owner trying to run a business. Maybe you already understand the importance of creating content for your small business, but when you sit down to actually create a piece of content, you feel so defeated or you feel so overwhelmed. Well, as a content strategist with over a decade of experience and somebody who's been creating content for the last 10 years, there are a couple of things and a couple of mindset shifts that I want to change your perspective on. So let's get right into it. With number one being, you are the only person who sees every single piece of content that you create. Okay, maybe your mom sees every single one of your posts except for your TikToks because she doesn't know how the platform works. And this might feel like a very harsh truth to hear, but it's truth nonetheless. So here's the thing, is since you are the only person seeing every single piece of content, I really want you to focus on reusing that content, repurposing that content over and over again. You need to treat your content like not everybody is seeing it, because they're not. When you post on Instagram, you're lucky if 2% of your audience sees that post. And sometimes the percentage is even lower on other platforms. And you've worked so hard not only to build your audience, but to create that piece of content. Why would you not want to use it over and over again, saving you time and energy and potentially money, instead of creating something from scratch every single time? Lean into posting the same damn thing over and over and over again. That's actually a key principle of marketing, is to deliver the same message continuously time and time again. So it's only going to help, because I promise you, even your most avid followers don't see every single little thing. And if they do notice, they aren't going to care. I also want you to have fun and experiment and just not care as much about your content, knowing that even if you have 2,000 followers, maybe 100 of them will see it. That's the name of the game, and that's the way things go. So treat your content creation accordingly. I can promise you'll be better off for it. Diving right into it, number two, the one that might ruffle a few feathers, is that content creation is a game that we are all playing. Listen, this is my job, my career, all of my experience, all of my knowledge, and arguably even my passion. But the way that content creation works, it is truly a guessing game that can change day after day. What worked 2 months ago doesn't work now. And things that I learned back in college over 10 years ago are not relevant today, even in the slightest. Platforms change, and the way people consume can change, and that can change literally overnight sometimes. But let me tell you, when I'm developing new strategies and putting new things out there, a lot of it is because I've tested it on my own, and I've experimented with it on my own, and I've made those educated guesses, and now I can bring them to you. But at first, it truly was that guessing game. I didn't know if it would work, and I had to try new things all the time before I present them to you. And I'll be honest with you, nobody has the one answer, the one solution to solve your content creation problems. So don't take every piece of advice you hear on the internet, and that includes mine. So the next time you see an Instagram reel, and maybe it starts something like, I have the super secret formula to make sure that every single reel goes viral forever and ever and ever. A lot of the times, they don't have a super secret formula. They may have figured out one thing that works really, really well for them, and maybe you've noticed that you've tried it and it didn't work for you. Because if they truly had the secret or the key to success, it would work for everybody, no matter when or how they replicated it. So basically, what I'm trying to say is find what works for you. Experiment and play and do what's right for you. Take some pieces of advice from me. Take some pieces of advice from other people. Take those tips, tricks, and knowledge and experiment and find your secret sauce. And number three, I want you to lean into tools that make content creation easier. No, that's not taking a shortcut. No, it's not cheating. No, it's not cutting corners. We are just streamlining our process, because content creation does take a little bit of time. It does take your energy, and it does require you to develop a skill set. So if you can advance that process, if you can speed that process along, why wouldn't you? You don't get a trophy or a medal or a grand prize for making content creation harder for yourself. So for me, I love leaning into tools and apps that make this process faster, and I'm the app queen. I literally have an app or tool for every single little thing. I want the repeat formulas. I want the templates. Give me the tools. Give me the software. Give me the AI that will help me do those repeat mundane tasks. By making things easier in the content creation process, you can develop and create either content faster so you can get back to working on your business, making more money, or you can start to produce more content to grow your business through marketing, through content creation. Both of those options are really great, but you have to be willing to lean into people and things and tools and resources that can help you. Getting along to number 4 here, social media moves too fast for perfectionism. And listen, this is coming from a seasoned and recovering perfectionist. I'm a type A Virgo, so if that tells you anything, I love me a good bit of perfectionism. Because here's the thing, if I truly let my brain look at pieces of content and try and make them perfect, I would never post a single thing. Trends, content creation, and social media in general moves way too fast for you to worry about perfectionism. By the time you've created the perfect piece of content or perfected it to your standards, I guarantee you it might not even be relevant anymore. Or all that time you waste trying to come up with the perfect thing, come up with the perfect idea, find the perfect editing tool, find the perfect this, perfect that. It is just going to stop you from actually putting yourself out there online and marketing your business. And the thing that I always love to tell people is that content posted is better than content waiting to be perfect. That piece of content sitting in your drafts is not helping anybody. It's not helping you make money. And it is just kind of wastefully, blissfully taking up storage on your phone. All right. And this last one here, I always have to coach people through. Competition is very steep on these platforms, and these platforms do not hate you. I promise you, an algorithm didn't change. You aren't shadow banned unless you violated terms and conditions. And of course, these platforms aren't out to get you, because without you, these platforms don't exist. The fact of the matter is, competition has increased so much on every single social media platform that we are marketing our businesses on. And not only is competition very steep on these platforms, consumption behaviors of end users, of our audience, and even the way that we use social media changes over time. It can change day to day. Think about it this way. Instagram is 10 plus years old at this point, and it's the social media app with over 1 billion users with a B. That's a lot of people posting a lot of content. You are competing for the eyeballs and the attention of all those people not only creating on the app, but also consuming on the app. And you have to understand that the engagement or the amount of followers that you got back in 2016, it's just not the same as it is now, because back in 2016, I think there were only millions of users on Instagram, and now there's double, triple, quadruple the amount. To give you another example, because I know we can kind of fret over the numbers of things. When I first started on TikTok and grew my following, I could easily post any kind of video, no editing required, just crazy knowledge jumped on you, and I could get tens of thousands, if not 100,000 views easily on almost every single video. Now I'm spending more time on the platform, more time creating on the platform, and arguably I've stepped up my content creation game on the platform, and I'm lucky to break the 10,000 view mark. I now only get a couple thousand views per video, and I just have to acknowledge that there are more people creating, more people consuming, and the way that we use TikTok is differently now. We aren't just sitting around in a pandemic on our couches just watching TikToks over and over again. We've gotten back to a different way of life, and we aren't just sitting around consuming all the time. I know that some of these things might have been really hard to hear, some harsh truths, and a little bit of tough love. But hopefully this is going to shift your perspective of how you approach content creation specifically for marketing your small business. Maybe you can get back to enjoying content creation, or at least enjoying content creation enough to help you make more money. Because here's the thing, creating content, posting on social media, it's just another tool. It's just an avenue to help you grow your business, make more sales, and just enjoy entrepreneurship. So if any of this resonated with you, I would love for you to hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys next week.